シャーロック・ホームズの遺言、続きを始めていきます。前回は、ナイツブリッジの教会から持ち帰った証拠品をね、こちらのホームズの解析キット、自分で作ったらしいんですけどね、こちらで証拠品を解析しました。するとね、どうやらいろんなこと分かったんですけど、今日はその司教がね拷問される前に毒物を飲まされていたことが分かりましたね。で、今回はねその毒物を作れるであろう、毒物に精通している囚人、ハンス・シールマンという男を訪ねてみたいと思います。彼はキャラクター早く移動するには主的にね、終身刑で牢獄にいるので作れるはずはないんですけども、ホームズは怪しいというのでね、会いに行こうかな。これかな、ウエストゲート監獄、こちらに行きましょう。
Westgate Prison. Here we are at the famous Westgate Prison, one of the oldest and shortest in the kingdom.
I've heard that it is soon going to be demolished. Don't you find it strange that it still houses criminals as dangerous as Hans Schielmann?
There's nothing strange about it, Watson. The name of this prison is linked with numerous failed escape attempts. As long as it stands, the criminals will fear it.
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you expected?
No, but we wish to meet with one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
I'm afraid that at the moment that is impossible. Access to the cells is controlled strictly. You can't go there without permission from the director.
Then would you be so good as to announce us? I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson.
The famous Holmes and Watson. What an honour. My name is Brighton. Frank Brighton. I'm afraid I can't announce you. I'm not allowed to leave my post, under any circumstances. But I'm sure that the director won't refuse to see you, even without an appointment. Do you see the corridor behind the reception? Follow it to the secretary's office. You'll find him there.
Thank you, Warden Brighton. One last thing. Hans Schielmann received any visits lately?
None. And I'm sure because I've dealt with receiving visitors for several weeks now. I volunteered because it's a calm post to be in. We don't get many visitors and it gives me time to write. Just like you, Dr. Watson. I enjoy literature and the...
Very good. Thank you.
That was very impolite, Holmes. That man admires our work. You could have given him...
Another time. Let's go and meet the director of the prison.
だいぶ冷めてるな、せっかくファンがいたのに。まあ関係ない、どうでもいいんでしょう。秘書室に行けって言ってたね。この裏まっすぐ行って秘書室を探せと。これか。
Staff cloakroom.
更衣室か。
The locker room. This is where the prisoners' things are kept.
ロッカー。じゃあこれか。
Let us go to the secretary's office.
これですね。秘書室行きましょう。
Let us...
すいません。寝てます。
Good morning, miss.
Oh, excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
Tiredness, pale face, stiffness. I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It would seem so.
おめでた妊娠とかしてるってことかな。よくわかるな、すごいな。
This small rack is for urgent letters to be given immediately to the director.
手紙。そうか、ワトソンは医者だもんな。ああいうのでわかるんだ。だから寝てたのもそうなんでしょう。
This charming secretary is Miss Jenny Patterson.
ジェニーさんね。
Hot tea.
紅茶にすげえ反応する。紅茶好きなんだっけ。イギリスの人とすれば。
Director's office. Mr. P.
あれ、
Patterson.
パターソンだ。
No need to go in there. Strange. The director and the secretary have the same name.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment. you wish to talk to me? I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
Hans, the rat killer. He's been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard?
Evidently.
えそうです。受けてないですよ。彼はたまたま教会に行き、許可証を持ってないけど大丈夫なのかな。警察、まあいいのかな。
Very well. I
嘘
have
ついてま
complete
す。
confidence in you, Mr. Holmes. I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guard room. He will show you to the cells.
Thank you, Director.
Keep me informed of your progress. And if there is anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
We shall certainly do so.
あ、許可証をゲットしましたね。で、家族。
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Mr. Holmes is right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
I'm sure it was your qualities alone which secured you this position, miss.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer?
せっかくフォローしてたのに。
Goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
ホームズ隣に置きたくないね。許可証があるので、これをどこに持ってきゃいいんだ。これで合わせてもらえるらしいんですけど、どれだっけ。これかな。
Closed.
この辺じゃないか。ブライトン君か。フランク・ブライトン君。すいません。許可証もらってきたんですけど。
Sorry, sirs. I'm on duty.
あ
I
れ
can't help you.
ここじゃねえな。あ、向こうか。すいません。
You've got a pass for the high security area. It's the door at the end. Go ahead.
はいはい。ちょっと辺見ていこうかな。どうした？棚の。え？
It is potassium nitrate, isn't it?
Yes. Saltpeter or whatever.
なんでそこから会話したんだ。これですよね。硝酸カリウム。間違えた。これかな。何に使うんだろう、硝酸カリウムって。
It is about the signing in book.
署名。これは
This information board is almost empty. Strange, in view of the activity in the prison.
なんだっけ、まあ特に変わった事件がないんじゃないのか。何これ。何これ、遊んでるよね完全に。こう見るってこと？わからんな。何の意味があるんだろう。こういうゲームがあるんですかね。
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden, and this is Deputy Warden O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielmann behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
Is this the only access?
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
Thank you, Chief Warden.
At your service. If you require further information, Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
うん。ま、過去には、今入り口はここしかないけど、過去には、地下にあったのかな。本堂にあるって言ってたね。それはちょっと重要なことっぽいけど。偉大な探偵。
Mr. Holmes,
Oh.
I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes with the greatest interest.
What enthusiasm. Have you ever thought of a career in the police force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream. And I'm going to try my chance once this establishment closes down. I'm studying hard for the examination to get into police school.
おお、いいですね。おサリバンくんかな今の、はもしかしたら今回はないかもしれないけど次回作とかでは もしかしたらオサリバン刑事として出てくるかもしれないですね。収容者。
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered. Therefore, we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment. Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint brothers.
The Flint brothers.
Yes, 2 rather simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbours. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them.
そんな凶悪犯をさ、迎えに収容するなよ。他にもあるだろ、部屋。情報は。
There isn't any information on the notice board. Should there be notes about duties?
Yes, there should be, but Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard's assignments for this week yet. It's not like her. Usually she does it first thing in the morning. Without these instructions, the guard in the basement won't be changed. I would go and get them, but I don't want the director to catch me there. He's very strict. Doesn't like us wandering around when we're on duty. And it would get his daughter in trouble. He's not being very pleasant with her at the moment. And I don't want to make things worse.
あらあら、あまり仕事がうまくいってないようですね。今、なんか妊娠中でぼーっとしてたりするんじゃないのかな。で、何これ、警備員作品カード。なんだこれ。
How does not having the information about guard duty stop you from ensuring the watch in the basement?
Because of the system of opening the doors, Mr. Holmes. As you can see, they are equipped with a mechanical timer which answers to a code. When the timer stops, that is to say at the end of each watch, the doors block automatically and the code is reset. It is therefore impossible to open the doors without the new code.
And who has the code?
Only the guard who takes the new watch. He's the only one who can open the envelope that is kept in. He learns it by heart and destroys the message.
Very clever, but let's look at the limits of this procedure. One false note and the system falls apart.
どうなんだろう。その元々の決めたコードを誰が決めたのかわからないけど、自動じゃなかったら、自動で決めるような装置があるんだったらまだしも、誰かが決めるんだったらそれの誰かは知っちゃってるから、唯一のコードではなくなっちゃうってことなのかな。まあこの辺も覚えておきましょう。とりあえず、ハンスシール前に会いに行きましょうか。こんなもんかな。いや待ってよ。
It is the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests.
透明帳？さっきもあったよね。
It is about the signing in book.
まあ入っていく人はここに書かなきゃいけないのかな。
These weapons are obviously ready to use in case of emergency.
はいはい。かなり旧式ですね。一発一発弾を込めるタイプか。あんまり詳しくないんですけど。あとこれか。あれ？これはポーカーやってましたね、あなたたち。まあ、何もなければ暇か。早速じゃあ行きましょう。
Here's the famous high security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hans.
Very well. It is the cell at the end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle of the corridor.
何、端っこ歩いてたらなんかあるの？一休さん？あいつらにやられるからか。このマッケンジーは、ずっと交代してないんだっけ？ジェニー・パターソンか。秘書が全然交代の紙を持ってきてくれないから結構長い間今ここでやってるって言ってたね。でこれが噂のフリント兄弟。やっぱお互いめっちゃ怒ってんだろうな。じゃあ
What do you want? You're a friend of my brother, are you? That dirty rat. I'm gonna have his guts for garters.
王子はでお兄ちゃんの方は
I'm gonna kill my brother. But before that, I'm gonna make him eat his own eyes. Just for a laugh.
ダメだ、ホームズは品のない連中にはね興味がないんで行きましょう。でこの今3人しかいってだよね。ハンス・シールマンとフリント兄弟で、ここかな、これが例のハンス・シールマンですかね。
Hans Schielman, I require some information from you.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first and only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses, two extraordinary minds.
I'm afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielman. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels, believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
差し入れ次第。じゃあ教えろよ情報。なんだ。
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread, and even then, not just any sort.
Get to the point.
Never interrupt me!
ごめん何？
Where was I? Oh yes, the bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations. Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Schielman.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
厄介な人ですね。なんだ万年筆差し入れが欲しいって言ってたけど。
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me. Just bring me something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry.
Where is it?
It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen.
あ、ダメだ、そっぽ向いちゃった。
See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
まあ確かに彼はなんだっけ、ゴキブリとパンとなんかを、光を当ててなんか混ぜて、とりあえず調合に関する技術はね確かにすごい、目を見張るものがあるんですけども、なんか彼は万年筆が欲しい、そしたら情報をくれると。 でその万年筆はロッカーにある。勝手にその上げていいのかな、ロッカーから。どうすればいいんだろう。
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
万年筆が欲しいんですよ。
Warden Mackenzie, at your service.
ダメだ。こいつじゃ話にならん。こういう時は誰に言えばくれるのか。でも彼の私物を与えるのはちょっとあんま良くないんじゃないかな。
I'm glad to have been of service.
あ、所有人の商品。
Can you tell me where I might find the locker room?
In the corridor that leads to the director's office. That's where the prisoners' civilian stuff is held. But seeing the length of their sentences, they've little chance of ever getting it back.
Can you open the locker room for us? We would like to inspect Shieldman's personal items.
No, Mr. Holmes. I'm not responsible for that. You will find the keys in the secretary's office.
なるほど。秘書のジェニーか。ジェニー・パターソンさんに頼めば、いただけるのかな。大丈夫かな。行ってみましょう。万年筆か。でも結局書くものがあったとして紙がないよね、あの部屋。その辺はどうするんだろう。すいません、鍵ください。
Miss, may we borrow the keys to the locker room?
You'll need authorization from the director to open that door. If you wait a moment, then I will inform him.
We will wait, thank you.
早かったな。
Anything new, Mr. Holmes? Is your investigation advancing?
顔近か。すいません、鍵を貸していただきたいんです。
Mr. Holmes, have you been able to get what you wanted from our lodger?
Not yet. We must first cast light upon a crucial point, and for that we require your help again.
What can I do?
We need to examine Shieldman's civilian clothing.
Very well, but be extremely careful.
What do you mean?
In that madman's compartment, you will find a strange little coded case which refused point blank to open when he was incarcerated. We did try to force it, but without success.
Didn't you ask the experts?
Of course we did. Experts from Scotland Yard came to examine it, but they came to the conclusion that it was better that the case remain shut than tamper with it too much.
I see. They were afraid that some poison or other might escape if it was opened.
Exactly. Bear in mind that this man is an evil genius, a master poisoner, and that his poisons are never ordinary.
で、結局鍵はいただけるのか。
Here's the key to the locker room. I give you the authorization to open it.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
Miss Patterson, the guards are still waiting for you to put up the duty list. Do it as soon as possible. Without it, the changing of the guard cannot take place. Or had you forgotten?
そんな情緒不安定なんだ。
Dry your tears, miss. I'm certain that your father didn't mean to hurt you.
そんな泣く子と
Mr.
か。
Watson, I can't put up the duty list. And when he finds out,
Eh?
he'll be furious.
Why can't you?
It's in my locker, in the cloakroom, and I've lost the key.
あら。
Your aunt.
Say no more, Holmes. As you keep repeating, time is against us. Let's go and look at the things in the rat killer's locker.
危ない。またホームズが空気読まないこと言おうとしてた。よっしょ。まあこれは彼女はね、放置しておきましょう。もうしょうがないよ。なくしちゃったもんは。しっかり怒られてください。僕たちはロッカーへ行きましょう。ここだったかな。
The locker room. This is where the prisoners...
これ。で、鍵はこれか。で、あ、これかな。
Here is the locker of our friend, Hans, the mad scientist.
がハンス・シールマンの、
What a jumble.
所持品ですね。これが
This solid box must hold a precious object. Let us see.
何これ。あ、これ懐かしい科学だ。水平リーベイみたいなやつか。あ、
That's not right. That's not right. Start again.
まあまあ、なんかを教えましょうってことかな。それ以外手紙ですね。
A poem in Hans's handwriting.
ここから、どれか元素記号を探せってことかな。ただ、どれが元素記号、どの元素記号に当たるかはわかんないね。これだけじゃ。こっちか。
Blotting paper. Blotting paper.
ただの紙。
I can't do that.
穴が開いて
This
る。これか。
cannot be a simple coincidence.
はいはいはい。こういうことね。
I
これ。
can't.
これか。
I can't do.
こんだけかな。
I can't. I can't.
水素、カルシウム、BER って長いね。臭素かな。で、硫黄 ?4 つかな。水素、カルシウム、臭素、硫黄。水素、硫黄、カルシウム。硫黄。臭素。
Perfect.
これ開けられなかったの本当にみんな。
What is written on that note, Holmes?
Later, Watson, later.
じゃあこれ
You
で。
can give Hans his pen.
これ以上。
A paper knife.
はいはい。はい。今回はこれぐらいにしたいと思います。無事ね、ハンス・シールマンの万年筆をゲットしまして、次回はこちらを渡して彼から情報を得ようと思います。はい。それではね、ご視聴ありがとうございました。また次回もよろしくお願いします。